Fantasy, presented by YoKid. Save $4 on tickets with offer code Comcast at Comcast Tix or Ticketmaster. Opening March 19th at Budweiser Event Center and March 26th at Denver Coliseum.
Looks so tasty, though, doesn't it? First, they came to school lunchrooms, and now the government food police could be coming to an office near you. A new report laying the groundwork for food interventionists in workplaces and the ability to tax foods that are seen as too unhealthy. So have we finally gone too far? Joining us now for a fair and balanced debate, Dr. Keith Cantor, CEO of Service Foods Incorporated and author of the Green Box Foods League of Nutritious Justice. Former chair of the National Products Committee and senior fellow at the Independent Women's Forum, we have Julie Dunlop. Good morning. Thanks for being with us.
Thanks for having us.
Now, you both have children, so I know that you care about this issue so much. Julie, I'll start with you. Good idea, bad idea?
Well, since the Obama administration came into office, we've seen an incredible growth in government role in the way Americans eat. We've got 30 million kids on school lunches. There's been growth in how many people are on the food stamp program. And this is just yet another growth in government's role. People coming into your workplace, into schools, telling you how you should eat, possibly monitoring the amount of television you watch. This is a violation of people's privacy and also a perfect example of how government is overstepping its role.
On the other hand, you're not going to jail for eating cupcakes. You're not getting slapped with fines for having pizza and French fries. The idea more is just to educate you, and once you have that information, you can make a decision. No, Dr. Cantor?
Well, if they would educate the people and not dictate to the people, it is a very good thing. The CDC says 75% of all chronic diseases are nutrition-related. So bringing that to the forefront is a good idea. The problem we have with this government is they don't tend to educate us, they tend to dictate to us. And that's where the problem lies, because people don't like being dictated to.
Well, the guidelines from the advisory committee mission statement says this: encourage Americans to eat a healthful diet, one that focuses on foods and beverages that help achieve and maintain a healthy weight, promote health, and prevent disease. Doesn't sound too bad, does it, Julie?
Well, look, the private sector already does this. Americans have a vast array of choices. Whether they decide to go to Weight Watchers, they go to CrossFit, Americans have hundreds of choices. And when we have the federal government trying to replicate that, they often do a bad job. So again, if the government's going to educate people, that's fine. But this is really getting into coercion. And frankly, this is embarrassing for people to have a health interventionist showing up to your office. They're also talking about letting these people show up to schools. Will parents be notified? This should really scare a lot of Americans. And frankly, I think it really is an example of government overreach.
Dr. Cantor, would it be bad just to educate everyone about it? I mean, the things like CrossFit that Julie brought up and also Weight Watchers, those are fantastic options for folks who want to cut pounds and become more healthy, but you have to pay for it.
Well, again, if they're willing to educate and teach the children, because let's face it, our healthcare system in the United States is broken, it's overburdened. We really don't even have a healthcare system. We have a disease and accident management system. So what we have to do is put more emphasis on prevention, but that has to be voluntary and done through education. And Julie's right, the way it's being done in the workplaces now is voluntary, and if it's done correctly, it saves a lot of money. It increases productivity.
Right.
It decreases absenteeism. We have a health and wellness program at our companies, and we had a return on investment of almost 6 to 1. As a matter of fact, we just won the healthiest employer in Atlanta.
Well, congratulations.
But it was a voluntary program.
Yeah, and it definitely needs to focus more on prevention rather than reactionary. Julie and Dr. Cantor, thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you.
26 minutes after the hour, still